Hello and welcome. I'm Mish from Australia at Evolvers One, and today I'm going to be talking about Atlantis and telepathic communication, and also giving you an understanding on how you too can open up your telepathic communication and pathways. So just coming in, I'm just waiting for a few more people to come on board to see who else is joining us today. And I welcome you to this beautiful teaching and meditation that we will be doing on the telepathic communication in Atlantis. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a moment to get started. So if you would like to find yourself a comfortable space, have some water, and just tune in with me. I think a great way to start will be just for a moment closing your eyes. Hi Julia. Hi Morgane, or Morgane Earthsong, and Kath. Nice to see you, Kath. Great to have you guys on board. I'm talking about telepathic communication today and Atlantis. And just before we get started, I'd like you to just take a few moments to just take a few breaths. And if you just close your eyes, and in those breaths, long, slow, deep breaths, I would like you to state to yourself, either out loud or in your mind, be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. Hi, Cherie. So just closing your eyes and just bringing your present awareness to this time and place where you are. And just stating to yourself, be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. One more time, be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. Beautiful. Hi, Christopher. Great to see you. Hi, Kim. Fantastic. We've got Sharia Mount Shasta. Fantastic, guys. I just want to explain that when I actually move into any space, I always pull all parts of me together. So there are many aspects of myself around this earth and also off this earth. And I want to utilize all the information that I can. So I use the words to call myself in, or all the energy that can be a part of this present moment with me through using the words be here, all parts of me, right here, right now. And by doing that, I'm collecting all the different parts of consciousness and energy from all aspects of myself and bringing it into this one moment, which feels really good. And at different times, I do have quite a few beings in here today, some off-world beings. I have Liara from the Pleiades. I feel that An-Ra is here as well, and Kuan Yin. So there will be moments where I may be talking with them and also talking to you. So I wanted to start off this meditation today with just a small teaching so you can have some understanding around telepathic communication. And what I was shown is I was taken back to a place in Atlantis to have a look at the civilization of Atlantis and how they actually communicated. And I was very interested in telepathic communication. And I was shown that the Atlanteans through that time all used telepathic communication. And so to make decisions in their communities or in their towns, they would use their telepathy to actually get the consensus of everybody on board for something that might have been built or changed or moved, or something that's been added to the community. So it was a really effective way of communication. And this is something as humans here now, we also have that ability to have telepathic communication. Instead, at the moment, we have we've got governments and we've got different types of parties like Labor Party and Liberal Party. We have a lot of different structures that we've put in place that are very physical structures because we're in a very physical universe. Although we do have this ability to be able to talk and communicate telepathically as well. I'm sure you've had times where you've been thinking of somebody and not long after they call, or you are having a thought about something or somewhere, and then you run into someone who's saying, oh, I thought about that as well today. It's really quite exciting when you have other people who are picking up the same energy, vibration and waves. But often when we focus and concentrate onto one specific person, we can open up a line of communication with that person if our focus and our vibrational rate is in the right place. And so being in Atlantis and watching this telepathic communication, which I was in awe with, they still also communicated with voice as well when people were in person. But to move their communication all over the world, they could easily talk to somebody over the other side of the world through telepathic communication, which has always fascinated me. And because I use this form of communication with off-world beings like the Pleiades and the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Ascended Masters, I thought it'd be really beautiful today to do a meditation around connecting us to those vibrational waves, and also so you can also expand your way of communication as well. And so to understand this, I also came across some more information that was given to me around our brain waves or our state of brain waves. So some people might understand this as a slightly different concept, but to the same focus. We have several different brain states when we are, living everyday life. Majority of the time we sit in a beta state, which is the very first vibration that I can see, which is a very physical vibration. So you use your eyes, you use your senses, and what you see is what you can perceive. And what you're communicating with is with your voice to people who are either in front of you or through sound, like through a telephone or something like that. And then there is the next brainwave state, which is the alpha state. This is sort of one vibration that's, I'll talk about it in links of going higher, although sometimes I see them dropping down into states. So whichever way you see it is okay. It's the understanding that I want you to have. So moving into an alpha state, we become more sensorial perceptions start to kick in. So we can start to sense and feel and perceive things using our senses at a more denser level. We don't have to use our eyes open to sense or feel things. And then we move into the next state, which is called the theta state, or the theta state. Some people may pronounce it. I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but you'll understand what I mean. So the theta state is, this state I connect to a lot during my state of working, when I'm working in Pleiadian light work and working with a lot of different people. And this state is when I'm able to go in internally into my own beingness, and I connect to the energy of my own soul, and I can feel my being becoming quite a large presence. Just like you are also a very large being of light, although sometimes you are in your beta and alpha states where you feel limited by your body. When you move down into that theta state, it allows you the ability to move past the body and to extend your being out quite large. This then gives me a lot of access to a lot of more different information. So it's like when I expand out in that space, like I am right now, I can feel and sense the presence of other beings. I can communicate with them through telepathy, and I can pick up a lot of information around maybe the person that I'm working to. If I'm having a direct link with them, I'm then also picking up their rather large beingness and into their states of awareness or unconscious awareness, which I'm bringing to consciousness with that client or that being. And so, hi Kelly, great to see you there too. So I want to talk about, there's another state actually after the theta, and that is called the delta state. And the delta state, when we perceive somebody in a delta state here on Earth in very mainstream ways, like in a hospital, that would be somebody who is unconscious and they are not responding at all through the body. Whereas the theta state, we can still respond physically and also access information. When we go into the next one, which is the delta state, we can access a lot of stuff. Like the information is infinite, and we're not bound by a physical body at all. We can actually leave our physical body and travel and do all sorts of things. So you may notice in meditation, when you're going into a really deep state of meditation and you start to travel or move around, you're moving into a state of delta, so you can have a clear understanding of those different states. And with the beings in Atlantis, or with the people of Atlantis, when I was watching them, I noticed that they were able to hold a theta state, which was like I'm doing now with you. My eyes are open, I can communicate with you verbally, but simultaneously I can also tune into other different presence of beings that are around or block information that comes in. And often when I'm channeling, like right in this moment, there are large large blocks of information that come through telepathically, that come into my mind, my body, my soul, that connect with me, that I have an instant understanding with. Occasionally something is new and I may need to ask more questions about what that means or why I'm seeing a particular thing if I have never learnt it before. But most of the time it is large amounts of information coming in, and there is just such a beautiful connection with this information and understanding. And that's because I'm sitting in that theta state. And with that theta state, the ability to access lots of information is really easy. But getting to that state sometimes can be very tricky. And for a lot of people who are practicing, especially with channeling or working with telepathic messages or wanting to speak with others, using telepathy can be quite tricky if we're getting caught in our beta and alpha states trying to understand it. Often we can't access it if we're going to be in those states. The vibration is not at the right rate, and we need to bring ourselves into a state of presence that allows us to be open to what comes in. The other tricky thing that can come up is trusting yourself and trusting the information that comes in. So the very first thing I want to say to anyone who is channeling is always great to know who you're channeling and where that being is from and what is the intentions of the being. Because when we're in theta state and we can open up to many things, we can open up to many different entities, or as I like to call them, lower vibrational light beings, as well as higher vibrational light beings. Entities get quite excited that we can hear them or communicate with them. So whether they're feeling in low vibration and negative, or whether they are high vibration, everybody might want to have a chat to you. So setting your space is really important, and holding the space for the right information to come in is also really important. So I would suggest that you run through any of the meditations here on the Dolphin Star Temple. We set up space all the time, and so you can use that same setup for yourself to actually anchor your space. You would have heard all of the Palladian Lightworkers on the Facebook here talking about those things. So please tune in and feel free to run through any of them and start setting your own space, because it's a wonderful thing when you start becoming consciously aware of your surroundings and your environment. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for a moment and just check in, because I can feel some information coming in. So I just want to have a listen for a moment. Oh, okay, yeah. So there are some questions around the pineal gland coming up, or we would just like to talk a little bit about the pineal gland as well, because a lot of people are relating telepathic messages and the pineal gland, which is actually a physical gland in the body that we have in the center of our brain, along with the pituitary and the hypothalamus and the thalamus glands. And I've spoken about these glands before in previous videos, so you can go back to those and have a look as well. These glands are important. They help a lot of functions with the actual brain. So when we're going into a particular brain wave, or like I was saying, the theta brain wave, when we are in deep state of meditation, this does activate that gland in the brain called the pineal gland. It feels quite significant because it helps translate the information of like telepathic information that comes in and drops into the brain and then needs to be expressed through the body. And so it feels like a crossing point where large amounts of information come in. My soul recognizes that information, but then I want to direct my soul to actually authorize my body to bring that information forward like I'm speaking to you now. So this is where the pineal gland comes in handy. And the pituitary gland also comes in quite handy here too, especially when you are sensing and feeling or having experiences where the pituitary gland talks to the endocrine system and creates emotion for you to sense and feel as well. So they are two really important glands in our brain. Love these glands. So today, what we would really love to do is help you expand your telepathic channels and abilities. And so I'm not sure where we're going to go and how that's going to look right now, because I will be instructed as we move along. Hi Claire, great to see you, and Pardeep. There's so many beautiful people coming in. And Kath was just working and focusing on the pineal. Perfect. And she's got a question as well. So hopefully I can answer that for you, Kath. But we'll see how we go. I know that there is a plan for this session at the moment. So we might even answer your questions. Right, so they're just showing me also that when you move into a theta state, so this is a deep state of meditation, which we will go in a moment. And hi from Canada. And we will actually, what we want to just show you is a visual of what it may look like to you, so you can have an understanding before we go in to our deep state of meditation. So today we're going to be expanding our soul light into our auric field, and we're going to be expanding that past the aura. So we'll have a circumference just past the aura. Now that we're going to set our auras at 2 to 3 feet around us. And then we're going to extend them out a bit further, actually. We will stay in the aura, but we're going to extend it out a bit further. And the reason why we're going to do this, so just make sure you do have the space to do this. If you have people in other rooms, keep your aura into the boundary where nobody else can step into your aura at this time. But we're going to expand our beingness into that space. Now, some of you might like to use that as a color or a visual, which is, you might use like a white light within your own soul to expand right out to maybe 4 to 5 feet. And others might use their sensorial abilities, so you might feel and sense where it goes to. But eventually I would like all of you to move into feeling and sensing. So even though you might go with the visual, then I want you to keep bringing your focus into yourself and expanding out through this space. So the very first step is we're becoming aware of space around our bodies, and we're bringing our conscious awareness into the space around our bodies. The second thing we'll be doing is opening up just have a look at this. Oh yeah, so the transducer. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is opening up a chakra just above our head. It's called the transducer chakra. So actually we're going to be opening up all of our chakras, and then we'll open up the transducer chakra. So I'll take you through a visual of just breathing into each chakra and holding the intention of opening it. So we'll go through each one, and then we'll open up our transducer chakra, which is just above our head. There feels like information can come into that chakra, and it can be downstepped into all of our into the energy bodies of our human being, but also opening up our pineal gland and our pituitary gland. So the sensing and feeling can also come in, and an experience may happen for you as well. The reason why we want to do this for you and with you is so you can start to learn and feel into present space around you, because everywhere there is information, and the information can be accessed right from where you are. When we think about dimensional dimensions as in places, these dimensional fields, if we look at it like an energy wave, 1 dimension, and just say it's 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4 dimension, and let's say each dimension has an energy wave, as we move our energy into a different wave, like our brain waves, and into the theta wave, we then connect into different dimensional fields. And this is where we can access the information. To talk directly with a light being of somebody you may want to invoke to come and talk with you, or a connection that you've had in the past with an ascended master or a light being, like the Pleiades, or like I talk with Liara or Anra, there seems to be a definite direct conversation for me when I have that. So it feels like a stream of light that actually moves backwards and forwards from me to that being. Yet at the same time, I can still open up and obtain information from the space around me, because I'm sitting in different waves of dimensions where I can access all different parts of information. So that was very deep information, a lot of it. So I hope you all stayed with me there. But we will actually just practice going in. I'll set some space in a moment. We will open up our chakras just through intention. So, you know, if you haven't opened a chakra before, just breathe into it and just follow my guidance. And as we open up all of the chakras, we're then going to open up the 8th chakra, and then we're going to open to information. There will be very specific information coming in today, so I will know what that is when we get there. Just so you all know that I will be setting space, so we'll all be in a safe space in the Dolphin Star Temple space for all of us. So when we're working with this, whether it's now or for those people who have come on at another time, I'll also set up that intention for you to be in that space as well. All right, so let's get started, shall we? Okay. So I'd like you to take some long, deep breaths. Get comfortable in your chair. So remember, this is your time now. So we can just switch off from everything else. This is your time. So just breathing. I want you just to become aware of your auric field around your body. Just sense it or feel it, visualize it. I like to put my arms straight out to the side with my hands out. And I just intend that my aura is pulled in, if it's really far out, or if it's in close to your body, I want you to push it out, expand it out to arm's length around your body. And as you extend it out above your head, in front of you, behind you, below your feet, 2 to 3 feet around your body. For those of you who know your Pleiadian light work, if you could change your roses as well. And for those of you who haven't done Pleiadian light work, I would like you to visualize or intend or sense about 4 foot of ultraviolet light around your auric field. 4 foot of ultraviolet light around the auric field. And we'll just bring in our higher selves of the light. And we'll just ask your higher self to connect with you now and to embody you as much as possible at this time. So just repeat after me. I call forth my higher self of the light to come and connect with me now. You can connect through your hands, or with your higher self above you and your tube of light, whichever one you're familiar with. And just state, I ask my higher self to embody me as much as possible right now. And then taking some long, deep breaths. You may see this energy as light energy coming into your body. So we're moving into an alpha state. Breathing in as if it's filling your whole entire body. Like it's filling your physical body with light. I want you to bring your attention, while it's filling up in your body, to your soul. Now your soul is housed in the heart chakra, which is right in the center of the chest. Or wherever you feel your soul is, I'd like you to just connect your attention to that area and breathe into that area. This is your soul light. So just allowing your higher self to also connect with your soul light. You are an aspect of your higher self, so the vibration is the same. It's just breathing into that heart chakra. We're anchoring in the higher self here. And while you're doing that, I'm going to just bring in the Dolphin Star Temple and set space for us all. So just keep breathing into your heart. You can repeat what I say if you like, if you want to set your own space. Otherwise, I will set space for you. So I call forth the Dolphin Star Temple Higher Council of the Light to come and bring with you the 27 crystalline diamond light pillars of light from the cities of light, to be set up around each and every person doing this meditation, creating a Dolphin Star Temple of the highest divine truth and wisdom, divine unconditional love and harmony, divine balance and compassion, divine peace and divine joy, divine clarity and divine trust, divine beauty and divine radiance, divine innocence, divine transmutation and divine transformation. Anything that is not of these qualities must leave this space now. So be it, and so it is. I invoke and call forth the Pleiadian emissaries of light to put up the interdimensional cones of light above and below our auras, body and hologram, the space, the temple space, and the surrounding areas of each and every person doing this meditation. I call forth the Syrian archangelic leagues of the light to put up the evolutionary cones of light above and below everyone's auras that are doing the meditation, the space that they're sitting in, the temple space, and the surrounding areas. And I call forth and invoke the Andronomen emissaries of light to put up the intergalactic cones of light above and below each and every person doing this meditation, their body, aura, and hologram. The space they're sitting in, the temple space, and the surrounding areas. I am welcoming officially Liara from the Pleiades in with us today, and Ra, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, Lord Metatron and Lord Melchizedek. I feel like they'll be observing on the side today, not quite involved with all. Thank you. We welcome you. The tribes of the land in your area for yourself or for others, the tribes and the custodians of this land here in Australia. I have the Indian Cherokee tribes also joining. And I have a medicine woman here. Welcome. Feel that we'll be anchoring into a part of the energy from Atlantis today. And the sacred geometry from that time. Sacred geometry. That's what we may be receiving today. Aha. Thank you. I welcome the animal kingdom and the nature spirits, the elders of the trees and their knowledge of earth. The crystalline energy of the earth as well is feeling very large here today. The crystalline energy in Atlantis was used quite a lot. There was many structures made with crystals, and crystals were powdered down and created through earth, like as in rammed earth, to create buildings. So each structure of their buildings had crystalline energy through them. This helped the Atlanteans a lot with their energy work. And it also started to formate, the formations of grids were set up through their houses and buildings and cities. It's quite spectacular when I'm looking in at that. It's very beautiful. And so the structure of the crystalline energy is very important and was very important to the Atlanteans. So I'm just going to talk about that for a moment. Crystals hold very specific matrix or like a DNA of the crystal. I'm not sure that word that they're talking about. It's a structure that the crystal holds. So every crystal holds its own structure, and these structures correlate to different types of energy forms. And crystals have a large part in also telepathic communication, they're telling me. They used crystals for information and for traveling as well, like as in traveling around. They used crystals to power things and also crystals to power light. There were crystals that also could create heat. So they're just showing me the crystalline powder through the walls and that are in their buildings were very specific crystals with a very specific structure that allowed them to hold heat in and cooling in. So like insulation. So the crystals were quite important. If you would like to call in any of your divine masters or beings that you would like to work with you today, or if you'd like somebody particular you'd like to connect with, feel free to call them in. And you can do that now. I am just going to now seal the space around this temple with, and all of our temple spaces, with 12 foot of ultraviolet light around each and every one of them, and connecting all of us together. And I'll ask Archangel Michael and the legions of light and Machiella to seal the space around each one of us doing this meditation with your sword of truth, to cut through all illusion, so we may only see truth and experience truth today. And Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene to pour the sacred waters in and throughout this beautiful Dolphin Star Temple spaces that we have set up today, to create a space of higher learning and wisdom. So be it, and so it is. Okay, so just moving into your breath now, we're going to start to move into a more theta state, a brainwave state. And we're going to do this through breathing first, and then just follow my voice. And I'll move you into that state, or you will move yourself into that state. So just breathing in and bringing your focus to your soul point in your body. And just allowing you to see that soul energy within your own body, housed in the soul matrix, just where the heart chakra is located. It's like a Merkaba. I want you to see this light as it's moved through your whole body, connecting your higher self into your body. I want you now to create a stream of light that comes from your soul. And I want you to allow that stream of light to move down towards your base chakra, right at the perineum between the legs. And as this beautiful soul light, which is your light, this is your energy, moves into the energy center of the root chakra, it starts to activate a vibration in that root chakra where it allows the chakra to open. So just breathing into that chakra, allowing that light to expand all the way out of that chakra to the edge. Very good. And then allowing the soul light to create another stream of light down to the next chakra, the solar plexus. This is the one underneath the belly button. Breathing that stream of light coming into that chakra. And as it expands out to the edge of the chakra, it is opening. Just holding your intention that your chakra is opening will also open it. So use your sensing abilities, your feelings. It doesn't have to be vision. Just hold your intention, opening the solar plexus. And then seeing another stream from the soul coming down into the solar plexus. Sorry, the other one was the sacral. I actually called it the solar plexus, but it's the sacral chakra. So just use your intention. If your chakras are opening slowly, just allow them to continue opening as you focus on each one. So the sacral chakra was the second one, and now we're moving to the solar plexus. This is the one above the belly button. This is the self-esteem chakra, the creativity chakra. So just breathing that soul light into there, activating and opening the solar plexus. Beautiful. And now moving your way up now, bringing that beautiful stream, which is actually located in this chakra, your soul light. So you can just expand the light into this chakra where the soul is housed. Just opening the heart chakra. Using your intention. Opening that beautiful heart chakra. And then bringing your attention up to your throat chakra and allowing that stream of light from the soul to activate and open the throat chakra. Breathing into the throat chakra, focusing there. Very good. And while they're opening and coming to their full activation, just bringing your awareness now up until your third eye, right on the brow, in the center. Bringing that soul light into that beautiful chakra there and allowing the third eye to open. Activating, energizing the chakra. Now bringing your attention up into the crown chakra. And just bringing the soul light up to the crown like a stream of light going into the crown chakra. And activating and opening the crown chakra. Beautiful. Before we do the eighth chakra, we're going to activate the pineal gland with this soul light and the pituitary gland. So as your soul continuously generates infinite amounts of energy, I want you to see that beautiful soul light go up to the pineal gland right in the center of the brain. And just use your intention. If you cannot see this or visualize it, just use your intention that you're drawing energy into the center of your brain, activating and opening the channel for the pineal gland. So you can do this through breathing in through your soul light, and then breathing out, and then breathing into your pituitary gland, or with the intention of that, and breathing out there, and that will connect the two. So as that is connected and activated, I want you now to bring your focus to the pituitary gland, which is right next to it. And once again, breathing into the soul light, then bringing your focus into the center of your brain with your intention, I am activating my pituitary gland. That's good. Okay, they've let me know that everybody is ready, so that's fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to bring that soul light up to the 8th chakra. I'm just going to connect that soul energy into the 8th chakra. This chakra sits about a foot above the head. It's called the transducer chakra. I want you to just breathe into that area, into that chakra. You may start to feel that chakra spin a little faster. It feels like it's activating the 3 rings, which helps allow information to come in. To connect with the pineal and the pituitary and the brain. So before we're bringing in any information, I would like you now to expand that soul light out beyond your body, right into your auric field, as if you are now filling with your soul light through all of your chakras, blending with all of the light through your body. So it's like we're activating now the field in the body, and then we're going to activate the field out of the body. So expanding that soul light all the way to the edge of the aura. 2 to 3 feet away from the body. I want you to really sense and feel this energy of expansion, because this is your beingness expanding. It is you, your consciousness expanding out from the body, like you are feeling the air around you. Just breathing deeply, allowing your consciousness to expand out with that light, as you are the consciousness of that light. It's like your beingness is growing bigger and bigger. And as we have set a beautiful Dolphin Star Temple space, I'd like you now to just expand. We're going to stay in the walls of the temple space, the crystalline pillars, but we're going to expand out into the space of where we are. So use that, doing your breath and using your intention to expand your consciousness now out. So just using your mind to wait for any information to come in. So you are just waiting for a thought to come. Some may have thoughts coming, but when you're waiting, you will notice there is a period of time where there is nothing. This is a very good state to be in. When you are waiting in this space, you are neutral. There is no judgment on anything because there is nothing there to judge. I'm just seeing everybody's council of 12 stepping forward. There is a being on your council, one of your guides, who is going to access some information for you. They're going to bring the information to you, and then they're going to relay the information to you. This may be information about Atlantis or times that you've been previously. It may be abilities or awarenesses. But we are going to wait for the information to come. In this waiting, we are holding a neutral space in the theta brainwave. So your job will be to wait for the information to come. It may come in visual, may come in auditory, it may come in knowingness or sensing or perceiving. So I'm just going to leave you here for a moment while your guide is retrieving some information for you. It is personally just for you. So when you're ready, you may see this being come back and directly talk with you, or you may feel information coming down through that 8th chakra. However it comes, there is no right answer. It is built upon your abilities of what you can see and feel and hear, of where you are in this moment. So just tune in and wait. And you can let your being know when you are ready to receive the information. And then just wait as if you are observing through the feeling of the surround sound that you can feel, or energy waves. If you have received your information, I'll just get you to wait a little longer. We're not quite done yet. Some others are still in there. And just keep practicing feeling into the space around you. Just keep practicing that expansion of your beingness. Maybe practicing asking an ascended master to come forth and to communicate with you through telepathy. And allow the first thoughts in your mind to be the ones that have been communicated. Sometimes it helps to repeat them out loud when they come in. Okay, great. So I'll just ask you to take a moment to thank your guides. Oh, there is something coming in here, and I'll just ask you to keep holding your space for a moment. I feel there is a gift coming from your Akashic records, and this will be presented to you. So I'm asking the Syrians, or you can ask one of your guides, to access that gift and bring it forward to you. And if you can place your hands out in front of you, and just open your hands ready to receive it as if it is tangible gift. And as they come back and place the gift in your hand, I want you to tune into what that gift is. And then thank them for bringing that gift to you. Remember the first thought that popped into your head. You can ask another question if you like. If there is a meaning or a message to go with that gift, just tune in. Again, expanding your space, your beingness and your awareness. Holding it outside, all the way outside your body. Now that image, information to come to you. And then tune in to see where that gift needs to go, whether you're going to carry it in one of your energy centers, or whether you would like to put it in your auric field, or you can place it in your top of your aura or through your 8th chakra and allow it to move down to wherever it needs to go, and it will move into the spot that it needs to go. And if you need more time, just hold this suspended thought there. And when I finish this meditation, you can go back into that place to either receive that gift, or you may want more time to actually look at that gift and ask about it. You can also meditate on it later. But before we finish up, I'm just going to ask you now to just pull your beingness back in. I know it's expanded out into the temple space, but I'd like you to just bring your intention and bring it in all the way to the 2 to 3 feet around your body. And it's okay that your beingness sits in your auric field. But be aware, sometimes when you meet people or you're interacting with others and your aura is intercepting with their aura, that you will feel and sense their things. You can hold an intention that their energy doesn't intercept your aura, so you can hold that intention right now. And that would sound like, it is my intention that nobody intercepts my auric field, and that my aura will maneuver around other beings' auras. So I can create my space to be mine and mine only. So seeing it there, 2 to 3 feet now around your body, your whole beingness, larger than you, as in the physical body. Just seeing the 4 foot of ultraviolet light still sitting around the outside as a layer of protection. Just taking a moment to thank your higher self for her connection or his connection today. And that you will connect, but for them to remain embodied within you for as much as possible until you do this again. Then just bringing your awareness back into your breathing and to where you are sitting. The material around your body or your clothes, your feet, and just wiggling your toes and your hands, your fingers. And just opening your eyes when you feel ready. I'd just like to take a moment to thank all the beautiful beings who came in and working with us today, and for the information that they have shared around the crystals and Atlantis and telepathic communication. I'll just finish with a little bit more information. So with telepathic communication, you can directly focus on a particular person and sending thought forms to that person to create a direct line of telepathic communication. Often in Atlantis, they were holding the state of theta very often. And here we move into beta and alpha so quickly that sometimes we're not aware until we drop into a state. And that state can be as easy as standing there and washing the dishes and actually being in a little bit of a trance state. You know, when you start to think and you just go out there and then suddenly your thought is going out further and further. That is also a state of going into theta from the alpha. And so we're in receptivity at that point. Thank you, Nina. You are so welcome. I hope you enjoyed that meditation today and the information. So practice, guys. Get in there and practice. Like, it takes practice to expand your beingness out of where you are. Unfortunately, sometimes the physical body creates a false sense of limited energy into this one vessel, and this avatar that you are living in. You're a part of this avatar, and this avatar has its own way of surviving and breathing and pumping blood, but you have thought, which creates the connection with the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, which is connecting feeling and sensation through this body that comes from you, your soul line. Thanks, Kath. You're so welcome. Thanks, Pardeep. It was so beautiful to work with all of you today. It was so divine to connect with all of you. And let's leave all those temple spaces up for the rest of the day. And enjoy whatever you may be doing. Keep loving yourself and honoring yourself. And yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, so there's a question here from Kath. So to activate the pineal more, would you suggest doing the soul light and breathe into it again? Yeah, the pineal, it's one way that you can activate the pineal. Remember, Kath, everything is intuition, is intention. So the pineal can activate in many different ways. And when we're focused in that particular area of our brain, and when we hold the intention that it activates and then we see it as activated, then it will be activated. So sometimes it takes practice. Sometimes some people can activate them straight away. Others may need to clear energy in order to be able to hold a vibration in that space. But the activation of the pineal gland gives you the connection to being able to interpret your information like verbally and physically through your senses. So it's also known as a gateway or a portal into our other dimensional fields. So it can be very handy to have focus on it and understand how it works. And when light comes into that pineal gland, and that light is an energy vibration that is created by you, when that energy vibration connects with the pineal and raises the vibration of the pineal has the ability to access more information with you. And so it is like the anchor point in the body to bring information through. Remember, we need our mouths to speak the information or to express the information, or our brains to decipher the information. Just like when I was channeling before with Anra and Liara, the information still had to come into my body and then be connected out to you guys. And that's like through my pineal, which then sends messages right through the synapses of the brain or through all the brain connections. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. So it has a lot to do with the brain connections, which then functions the whole body and gives me the ability to communicate to you. So I hope that answers your question. There's so much information on the pineal, it's amazing. You are so welcome, Kath. Thanks everybody for joining me. You have a wonderful day, and big love from my heart to your heart, from my soul to yours. And may we all be in connection together with unconditional love and peace. See you later.